Hello and welcome to Courts Today by Live Law. Let's get to today's top legal updates. Supreme Court grants bail to man jailed under anti-conversion law after interfaith marriage. Unregistered sale agreement doesn't confer title or protection from dispossession. Supreme Court. The Kerala High Court grants bail to 6 juveniles in Shahbaz murder case. Obulapuram mining scam. Telangana High Court grants bail to former Tourism and Infrastructure Minister of Karnataka, Gali Janardhan Reddy. 2015 Hotel City Kinara fire. Bombay High Court orders BMC to pay rupees 50 lakh compensation. I'm your host Yashasvi Gupta with your daily roundup of legal updates from across the country. For detailed reading, you can always visit on www.livelaw.in. Please make sure to watch this video till end and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel because your support means the world to us. The Supreme Court recently granted bail to a man named Aman Siddiqui, who was arrested by the Uttarakhand police under the anti-conversion law following his interfaith marriage. A bench of Justices P.V. Nagaratna and S.C. Sharma observed that since the marriage was consensual and had the approval of both families, the state's objection to granting bail was unjustified. Shortly after the marriage, certain individuals and organizations alleged that Siddiqui had unlawfully induced religious conversion. Consequently, an FIR was registered under Section 3 and 5 of the Uttarakhand Freedom of Religion Act 2018, which prohibits conversion by force or misrepresentation and prescribes of up to 5 years of imprisonment. Additionally, charges under Section 318, Clause 4 and Section 319 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita related to cheating and impersonation were also invoked. Siddiqui had been in custody for 6 months. After the Uttarakhand High Court denied him bail, he moved to the Supreme Court. The apex court, setting aside the High Court's decision, noted that the couple was peacefully living together with parental support and external objections had no merit. The court accordingly granted him bail. The Supreme Court has ruled that an unregistered sale agreement does not confer valid title, thereby refusing to grant protection from dispossession to a person claiming ownership based on such an agreement. The case involved a 1982 sale agreement executed by a general power of attorney holder of the original landowners in favor of the respondents, which was never registered, despite being a compulsorily registrable document under the Registration Act 1908. The respondents sought protection from dispossession by the Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation Limited. The Telangana High Court Division Bench had earlier restrained TSIIC from dispossessing them. However, the appellants, who were the legal heirs of the original landowners, challenged this order. A bench of Justices Sudhanshu Dhulia and K. Vinod Chandran, relying on Suraj Lamp and Industries Private Limited versus the state of Haryana and another, held that the 1982 agreement was never registered, therefore could not transfer valid title or possession. The court observed that the respondents failed to establish rightful title or possession and set aside the division bench's order. On June 11, the Kerala High Court granted bail to 6 juveniles accused in the murder of 15-year-old Shahbaz, a class 10 student from Kozhikode. The order was delivered by Justice Bechu Kurian Thomas, while the detailed order is still awaited. The case involves allegations that Shahbaz was assaulted by his fellow tuition students, leading to his death. The juveniles had earlier been denied bail by the court in their previous applications. They are currently booked under multiple provisions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. While granting bail, the court noted that under the Juvenile Justice Act, prolonged detention of minors in observation home is not permissible. This observation became central to the court's decision to release the juveniles on bail, despite the seriousness of the allegations. The Telangana High Court has granted bail to former Karnataka Minister and current MLA Gali Janardhan Reddy in the Obulapuram mining scam case. Reddy, who is the director of Obulapuram Mining Company Private Limited, was earlier sentenced to 7 years in jail by a CBI court for illegal mining in Bellary Forest, defrauding the government through under-invoicing and tax evasion worth of approximately 86 crore. Justice K. Lakshman passed the order while hearing criminal appeals filed by the accused convicted by the CBI court on 6 May 2025. The petitioners had approached the High Court and argued that they had been serving prison time as remanded prisoners and had served more than half the jail time and thus were entitled to be released on bail as per the orders of the Supreme Court. It was also argued that the prosecution failed to prove any illegal mining clearly, and if the conviction wasn't stayed, people of the Gangavati constituency would suffer, as no fresh election could be held due to the vacancy caused by the disqualification under the Representation of People's Act 1950. In this case, the court asked the accused to submit 2 personal bonds of 10 lakh each and barred them from travelling abroad. And also Valmiki Dasari Raj Gopal, who is the retired Director of Mines and Geology of the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh, also granted bail upon furnishing personal bonds of rupees 1 lakh. The Bombay High Court held the Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation responsible for the death of 8 youngsters in the 2015 fire at Hotel City Kinara in Kurla, Mumbai, and ordered the civic body to pay 50 lakh compensation to each victim's family. A division bench of Justice Varghese Kolabawala and Justice Firdaus Pooniwala observed that despite knowing about the severe fire safety violations by the eatery, the BMC failed to take timely action and violating the fundamental rights under Article 21 of the Constitution. The fire occurred on October 16, 2015 when the victims, including 7 students and 1 married adult, were dining on an illegally constructed floor used for seating and storing gas cylinders. Investigations revealed that as early as 2012 and again in September 2015, BNC inspections flagged the lack of a fire NOC and other violations, but no enforcement action was taken. The court concluded that BMC's negligence and issuance of an eating house license without a fire clearance amounted to commit gross negligence. With these findings, the bench disposed of the petition.